Hey everyone, it's Par for the Discourse. Today's November 8th, 2021. Hi Erica, coming to you from Brooklyn, and I'm Nicole coming to you from Madrid. So
Hello.
here we are observing, commenting as usual, going along with our lives. And we didn't have a chance to talk last week. So hopefully we have some things to catch up on here. How's it going over there? I see it's pretty bright and lush.
You know, it's funny. I like sitting here when you and I talk because it's late morning for me usually when we schedule this and the lighting is good.
Yeah.
I did rearrange a little bit so it looks extra green right now. But
The green
I
room.
get on a Zoom call with some other friends at 6 o'clock, and I always
Yeah.
try to sit here, but as it's getting more like, well, also the time change, but it's just like darker earlier as we
Yeah.
get into fall. I'm trying so hard and I'm like, it's just so dark in this room once the sun goes down, because like there's this light here, like we don't have a lot of light in this room because this is where like the TV is. And
Well, the sun probably sets like.
yeah,
Yeah.
but then once the sun sets, it's like, you have like the TV on at night or something. There's just not like, we don't have bright light in this room at night because we just,
Why would you want it? That's how my room is too.
So I sit here and everybody's like, it's so dark and I'm like, I love sitting, behind also, as you can see, the bookcase is starting to look smaller, right? Doesn't it look a little less?
I was gonna say, I think it's hilarious how like you're downsizing because you're leaving. You're downsizing, but your plant collection is getting bigger.
Okay, so let's just get the plant conversation out of the way. I did go to I had been avoiding buying more plants because I'm moving, and I brought some up to my mom's. I'm slowly starting to get, I've given a couple plants away, but I went up to see my, one of my plant ladies, just to see what she had. And I wanted to show her a picture of one of my plants that I bought from her when it was very small, and now it's very big. And so I just wanted to say hi to her. And she had this plant that's right behind me, and it was only $25. And I just don't understand her pricing sometimes, because she has like this size plant, maybe in a hanging basket for $38. And then she goes, oh, that one's 25. And I was like, well, why? It was like the same size. So, well, this is what, okay. So this is they call it a mini monstera. This is an Addisoni. This is an original one that I bought. See all the little, I think we've talked about this one before. See how little the leaves are? I mean, they're not little.
Well, I've been compared to the normal size one. Yeah.
This one I trimmed back and it's starting to like come back better. It got a little leggy, and now it's starting to climb up this little stick better than the first time. I've learned a lot. So this plant, I just couldn't pass it up for $25, and I know it's huge, but this is like a larger version of, now look at how big that leaf is.
I love that.
Look how big. I mean, it's a crazy plant, and I've been kind of like,
it's growing wild though. It's like all over.
It's totally wild, but look how big the pot is that I have it in. I mean, there's a lot of aerial roots. It's really a mature plant. It's crazy, but I had to buy it.
You have what I call a healthy addiction.
Oh, thanks.
You can't bypass it. You see it and you're like, gotta have it. But you know what? You've got a good place for it there. It's like light.
Well, it also is like staying away from the other plants. I had it in the kitchen for, actually, I think it's been 2 weeks. And then I brought it here so it could get some more sun. It also needs to be near the humidifier, which I have going over there. So yeah, I did a boo-boo and brought in introduced some new plants.
Okay, well, that's it now. Don't get any more.
I know.
And you're making me look bad too, because look at my background. You've got like a little.
I like that one on top. No,
The
they're
one on
so
top is awesome. It's really, I'm glad I bought that one, but I'm just saying yours is all.
well, I mean, that's just one plant. This is the Monstera. This one usually is right behind me. You can't see it, but I moved it over. Yeah, actually just, yeah, I rearranged a little. Everything looks, it's very green up here. I'm looking forward to having, like space where there's some plants here and there's some plants here, like throughout the house, like not just all crammed in one
Yeah.
area.
Or
So
you could just get a greenhouse.
yeah, that's been discussed too.
Oh,
Or
it has?
closed in front porch or screened in back deck or, anything, sunroom, any kind of.
These little add-ons that we like to dream about, right? Like these.
Sure. Yeah, little extras.
Yeah.
But just to have, plants spread out throughout the house. I'm looking forward to doing that because this is a little, although you are supposed to kind of group them together, it helps. They really are all crammed in the front of the house right now. So we had a open house here on Saturday and not one person came.
Are you serious?
Not one person. So I cleaned, I'm cleaning, I like extra, like, put everything away and, all ready. And our landlord stood outside for 2 hours. No one showed up. But then I heard he was trying to ask because next door, there's new owners and they put up scaffolding. They are fixing the front of the building. I don't know, they're doing upgrades to the building. So now there's scaffolding and there's construction workers. I can see right outside this window all the time. You can't hear them right now. I guess they're not.
Are they
working.
fucking with you or what are you?
Not yet. Like I just saw them Saturday, like looking right in. I guess I was really paying attention to outside because I was waiting to see if there was anybody coming to the open house. And these guys were just standing there looking into my apartment, probably, loving all my plants.
I mean, you could do some funny things with them. You could, you can give them something to look at, something odd to look at.
Well, so anyway, so my landlord had suggested to the neighbors upstairs that maybe I would want to put the for sale sign in the window because it's now being blocked by the scaffolding.
Oh, like that's gonna, yeah.
I was like, I hope he doesn't even come in. He didn't ask me, but I was like, no, I'm not giving up any sunlight for your for sale sign.
No, and by the way, I don't think that has anything to do with it because I mean, to have 0 people come, that's pretty shocking. It looks like it's slow going over there then, huh?
Yeah, which I'm actually like, I feel bad. I want it to sell. I mean, so anyway, yeah, no. And then the next day was the marathon, which is, it didn't have it last year. I probably talked about, like, it's one of my favorite New York City events, but didn't miss it last year. And we went outside and I saw my friend run by.
Oh, you did?
So that was fun. Yeah. I didn't have the sign though. I had this sign I made for him 2 years ago, or gosh, I think we've seen him like as many years as we've lived here. I would say like 3 or 4 years. But it's gotten better now because they can really tell you exactly when they're going to be where they are. They have,
that chip thing.
But the last couple of years has been the best to try to find somebody, because otherwise you're like, yeah, they're in this pack, but then you're just searching for them. I mean, he gets it down to like, he'll tell me like I'm 10 blocks away, 5 blocks. It's like texting. Plus, like where we live is a kind of a landmark place, so it's easy to know when you're getting close. So that was fun. The marathon was it was fun. There was not a lot of masks and there were a lot of, it was funny. Ronnie pointed out that this family was standing next to us and they were encouraging their children to stand out and like get their hands slapped by all these random people running by and sweating.
That's annoying.
And I didn't even think, I'm like, oh, that's cute. And Ronnie goes, yeah, spread the COVID all over the place. Like, just
Not only
slapping
that, but it's just
random
annoying.
people.
Like,
Yeah, kids like to, like encourage it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know, but I'm thinking as the runner, I just like get out of the way.
well, there's more serious runners and more, yeah. And also we're at a point in the marathon where everybody's in very good spirits. We're like 4 miles in, everybody's in a really good
I was
mood.
gonna say, when you get to the end part, whoever's on that end of the stick, forget
Yeah,
it.
you're seeing people like, probably puking and all kinds of things.
I always liked that event too. Over the summer, I don't know if you were following, I think we talked about this, we were following the Olympics here and there, and I don't know if this was a new event that they put in there, but that's weird speed walking thing. Did you see that event?
Oh, yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people do that for the marathon.
Very, very odd. They were getting water thrown at them too, and people like trying.
Yeah, this family next to us, I don't know what was going on there. They were very like Long Island.
Mm.
They were like Hamptons kind of a family. Like they all had Peloton athletic clothing on, and yeah. And they had this hamper with a backboard that said, you got like points for like throwing your extra clothes. Like people start getting rid of their. And actually, I don't know what their point was, like what they were trying to accomplish, because people do just throw their like gloves on the ground, like if they're too hot and they don't want them anymore. So I guess it like litters the street. So they were encouraging people to like basket toss.
Yeah, but that's weird. I mean, how many people are just stripping down to the point where like you're gonna see that and like throw it in? Like
a couple, I mean,
people saw it?
Like 10 people, maybe like 8 people did it while they were in, and
that's more than I would have expected, actually.
But like this guy's like this big tall guy with this hamper over his head.
Who thinks of this shit?
Just yelling at people like, come on, throw. And I was like, what is he gonna do with it then? All this sweaty clothes. Are you gonna donate it to someone? What are you doing with it?
Yeah, that's a good point. What are you gonna do? Go home and clean
strangers' sweaty clothes? What are you doing? Like, come on, you gotta think these through. It's like blowing candles out on the birthday cake. What do you gotta think this through? It's just not a good idea anymore.
Is this the result of people's behavior because they've been locked in too long, that now that they're out free roaming, they're just
coming
doing
up with
ridiculous shit,
coming up with weird things? Yeah, I thought it was interesting to like Ronnie pointed it out. He goes, yeah, you shouldn't really be encouraging your kids to be slapping strangers' hands.
Probably not.
Well, they've been running amongst thousands of people all morning.
You know what I saw? I thought of you today. I almost wrote it down, but I remembered. This kind of thing never happens, which is why I really took notice. So going to work on the subway, I was like standing in between 2 cars. Okay, and I'm looking at a seat with 2 people. I'm kind of like looking at them. And the guy standing across from me, because I was in between cars, it was me and this young guy in front of me. I mean, probably like 20 years oldish.
Like that kind of part of the subway where it's like an accordion, kind of like it's
exactly.
Thing. Yeah.
So the kid, I mean, he looked like he was somewhere between high school and college. I don't know. So he was reading a book and he had his mask on and he starts coughing. He starts having a coughing fit. And when that happens, like people are always looking around, like, someone's coughing, like, with COVID and everything. So he starts coughing, whatever. He stops. A couple seconds later, he starts in again, like coughing a little bit. And then again, right? So the guy in front of me sitting down does this to him. I couldn't believe it. He was like, and he like hits the guy. He's like, the kid turns around and he goes, like telling them to go away.
Like, get away from me. Get
So
away from me.
And believe it or not,
he shoot him away.
Exactly. The guy didn't even, I was thinking, oh, this is going to be a fight now. He said nothing. He didn't even make a face or anything. Yeah, he just like let it roll off. But I
And
was
got up
thinking,
and moved?
he didn't move because I'm thinking, where's the hell is he gonna go? Like, people that get upset about that shit on the subway are assholes. I'm sorry, but you're already in a crammed place. Now you're gonna like insist that people go where you direct them to go. Like, you're already breathing in shit. If it's really that big of a problem, go some other way to work. I mean, the
Well,
guy
he did
wasn't like slobbering all over the place.
Yeah, he did have a mask on at least, right? He's
I mean,
coughing into his own mask.
but I couldn't believe he actually like hit him. Like, he physically was like, hey.
Get away from me. Get away from me. Go stand over there by somebody that doesn't care.
I couldn't believe it. It was hilarious. Well, it would have been something if a fight had broken out over that.
Always a good time.
Always a good time. So yeah, tonight I have, listen to this one. So my niece is coming over in like 2 hours to sleep over because this is all my fault, actually. Last week, we had last Monday off. Yeah, last Monday. So we went out like before lunch and had a couple of drinks on an empty stomach. So I was like getting intoxicated at a quick rate. Not falling over, of course, but you know. So
Went to your bed.
Violetta decided to ask me, like, can Vega sleep over one day? Yeah, why don't you invite her over next week? Because next week we have off on Tuesday, I said, meaning today.
Yeah.
And I'm planning all the things they can do.
Well, didn't Violetta go and stay with them for a while? And you got some time off.
No, that was the other aunt, but she did sleep at this cousin's house not too long ago. So yeah. But it's like tomorrow's my day off. I don't want to be like entertaining like another kid. Like, so
Yeah.
So when I made this plan, half drunkenly, I thought, well, no one ever said anything again about it. So I thought it's forgotten.
We'll just let it go.
Nobody said a word. The whole week went by, right? Today, while I'm at work, I get a text message from my sister-in-law. So is she still invited to your house? She told me that you invited her. I could drop her off.
Oh, sure.
I'm like, yeah, this is a lesson learned. All right.
Well,
Yeah.
you'll have fun.
No, I
So
know.
what are you gonna do tonight? You're gonna
It's
have
not me. It's just that I have to make sure that, I don't know, they want to watch one of these Harry Potter things again. I'm like,
and make fort, right?
nah, they're too old for that.
Oh, she doesn't make forts anymore?
Violetta might, but the cousin's almost 13. I mean, they're not gonna make forts. So
What are they gonna do?
I don't know what they're gonna do, but
What I was doing at 13.
it's funny because last week for Halloween, my brother Nick said the same thing like Sebastian says. He goes, no, I shut the shit down. Like, it's dark in my house. And then he said, the worst is when someone comes to the door that's like 14-ish. Like, I'm sorry, you're 14. You should be out smoking cigarettes like a normal 14-year-old. Shouldn't be at my house asking for candy.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he does the
Funny.
impression of the parents standing on the sidewalk. The
The
worst.
drunken wagon.
Oh, so funny.
Did you have any trick-or-treaters? We didn't talk about that. Did you like stand out?
No, well, we didn't have any candy, so we hid in the house.
Oh, all right, yeah. That was good thinking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's the answer. Yeah. Didn't see any kids. I mean, I saw some from the window, but yeah, it's like when you see the parents dressed up too, it's like, ugh, you know what I mean?
It is annoying, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
So I watched, I started watching Dexter yesterday. Did you see it?
I saw that it started, but we decided not to pay for Showtime, and I knew that was gonna come back and haunt me.
I'll send it to you.
I'll just wait until it's like no, I want to watch it like all at once. I'll wait till it airs and
Okay.
I'll put it on something.
Actually, it was pretty good, I have to say.
Did you like pick right? Like, did you get a good like refresher on like where?
Yeah.
Now if I saw like a lengthy trailer, like Deborah's dead and she's like visiting him
Yeah,
and like talking, like his conscience or whatever.
like the father used to do, that kind of thing.
Right. All
Yeah,
right.
probably nothing to have to know, except for that you remember that they all pretty much died. And that,
Yeah, I didn't spoil anything.
no, there's nothing to, and that that woman he was kind of seeing, remember she took the son to Argentina with her. I don't know why she went to Argentina. There was some reason, but he went off to be a lumberjack somewhere.
Yeah.
How the show ended, and he didn't take his son with him. The son went with the girlfriend. And they went to Argentina. I read that and then it kind of like refreshed my memory on that.
Yeah, I have to remember who, because some other woman died.
Rita.
Yeah, right, Rita.
Yeah. So this one's
All right.
name is Hannah. I don't know if you remember that. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, and he's in like upstate New York or somewhere. He's in New York.
Great.
In a fictitious place.
Well, yeah, I told you I'd watched the show that was kind of like Dexter. It's called You with the guy, right? And yeah, I'll wait on that. I'll wait till the whole thing airs and then maybe I'll watch it.
Okay. And are you keeping up with Curb? Because I'm loving that. It's like the highlight of my week.
So I only saw the first episode and I think they moved it to another night. And if there's more episodes, I've
seen, well, there's 3 now. I've seen 2.
3?
And I'm gonna watch
Okay.
the other one tonight.
Okay, yeah, I gotta find it because I saw the first episode and I think that it's airing on a different night.
No, I don't think so.
Sunday night there's a bunch of shows on. It is on Sunday night?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's hilarious.
last week. Yeah, I gotta watch it. What else? Yeah. It got cold here, the time change. So,
You're caught up with me now because we changed the week before you.
it's so silly. It's like you don't even pay attention anymore because all the clocks are automatic, except the stove and the microwave.
Yeah. Well, Violetta didn't change her alarm clock because it's like a hand one, and she got up an hour earlier, which wasn't good.
No, that doesn't really happen anymore.
It doesn't. It's all automatic.
So yeah, that's my plant update. I'm nervous about them and like getting them upstate safely. Everything else is like easy to pack. I mean, artwork and stuff, I'm kind of nervous about that. We have a lot of artwork that's fragile, but plants too.
Plants are weird for transporting. That's the thing. Like, what do you do? You don't wrap, like, you can't really, I guess you could put them in a box, sort of, like open. I don't know.
Right. And then it's just also going to be cold. So it's like the winter's already, not great. So can you imagine just being on a 3.5 hour cold truck or whatever? I mean, they
Are you making any more little trips up there? Because you can kind of.
Well, not planned, but if we do, that's what comes with us, like as many plants as we can take.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
My mom is doing really well with the ones that I've given her. So she's actually looking forward to me bringing her more. One of these plants that I brought her ones that I thought were pretty easy. She wouldn't have a tough time with. Also, I brought her some that I didn't really care about. You know what I mean? Like I was like,
yeah. Well, let her.
I don't care.
Let her.
She's brought some of them back from like the dead. And I don't know if it's just different air, different, who knows? But different climate. I mean, it's not that much different. I don't know.
No.
Well, less pollutants in the air, maybe.
Yeah, I think that could be it.
That clean country air. But yeah, she sent me a picture of one of these plants. I was like, where'd you get that? She's like, this is yours. I thought she bought it. Anyway, let's wrap this one up and see you next week.
Okay. Take care in the lush garden. Bye.